I found it. I found it. So that's the trail I just came up. I went around and I came upon a sign with these angry looking bears that were crossing their arms in sort of the "don't do it" symbol that's so popular here in Korea. Look at the flowers that are greeting me as I get here. And there was a little tiny couple of buildings, and a woman saw me because honestly, yeah, if there is a really bad, immoral, inappropriate, unconstitutional mandate being shoved at the people by a dangerous government gone awry, I'm going to resist as much as I can legally, but in another country I have deep and tremendous respect for their rules and their right to determine how they live. And this is one of the reasons why I find it so interesting that many American citizens, a certain portion of American citizens, have decided, oh, look at that. That, I'm pretty sure, is a vine. See? Look at that. Oh, where is it coming from? Oh, yeah. Wow, that's so cool. Isn't that beautiful? Very, very powerful vine, I'm sure. So, I always find it interesting, the people who seem to feel that American borders, land borders in particular, have no right to exist, or no legitimacy, or no importance, or that they can be disregarded, dismissed, and ignored at the whim of people from all over the planet. And I think I understand how people get there, but I'm not there because I've been incredibly blessed to travel to probably about 20 different countries at this point in my life. And I am 100% respectful of every single one of those countries, of those beautiful, amazing people who work so hard to do the challenging human work of managing a society and creating a government. And, oh, look, okay, I am guessing someone is buried here. And every time I go into a country and I walk up to the border control officer, I have something inside of me that, now this is interesting, it's quite possible that the same Americans that disregard the our own borders, I'm curious, are they respectful of other people's borders, or do they bring, ironically, that same disrespect? There's some more potentially burial mounds. Do they bring the same disrespect to other borders? And are they those sort of obnoxious, ugly American stereotype people who show up with this assumption that the whole world needs to give us what we want and be available to us whenever we want it? So for me, having approached many, many, many national borders, including on this trip, there are certain things you have to do in order to get into the Philippines. You have to file this particular form online within the 72 hours before you fly into the country. And Korea currently has a 1-year extension on not requiring American citizens to file like an e-travel pass, a special type of travel visa. So I wasn't required to do that, but I was prepared to. And that's the thing. Every time I show up at a border, I think the reason I'm so relaxed, because, some people show up at a border and they're just anxious. The reason I'm so relaxed and not anxious and just calmly, decently pleasant to the person doing the job is that, in all honesty, I know that they have the right to deny me entry. And if they do so, whether it's convenient, well, it would be inconvenient for me. But if they do so, I would not complain. I would attempt to resolve any concerns they had and reassure them if there was something that had triggered some sort of automatic alarm. But in my gut, in my soul, in my spine, in my worldview, I honor and respect the fact that they have the right to decide who comes into their country and who doesn't. And if they don't want me there, that's a decision they have the right to make. So if I'm going to respect all of the other people of the world, this is the key. I respect the people of the world. I respect the global community. And I respect the diversity and the difference of opinion, the difference of rulemaking, the difference of expectations. I respect all of that incredible diversity. And because I do, I also honor and respect my own country and my own culture. And so I wonder, for me, I'm sort of consistent by nature. It's quite unusual for me to be inconsistent. And if I appear inconsistent and a person asks me about it, and I explain to them the reasoning or the why behind what I'm doing, every time I've been challenged, for lack of a better word, it doesn't bother me, but every time I've been asked to explain myself, it has been very, very consistent and clear to me that I do have a constancy to my way of thinking. So my question is, for the people who have this very emotional response to border issues in the United States and elsewhere in the world, and for people who get caught up and become very emotional, this is a key, very emotional about right and wrong and, and who's being a meanie and who we should be kind to and all this stuff. If you ask them these questions, are they equally consistent? Because the problem with emotions is that emotions can sway us, and they can sway us away from our logic. And it's important to listen to your emotions, to check with them regularly, to ask them to inform you of maybe what is important, and to check your logic with regard to the emotions. You look at your logic and say, hey, logic, I don't want you to be dismissive of our shared humanity, and I don't want to be so legalistic that I fail to keep what makes us human in mind. So we do need to double check our logic, but there are usually very good reasons for the way things have often been done, and that checking goes both ways. Ooh, I feel really emotional about this. Okay, I must take a step back, separate myself from my emotions, and look at this issue purely logically. And then I can go ahead and bring the emotions back on board. Oh, now see, there's a cool trail that goes somewhere. All right. So, long story short, I saw the sign with the bears, and it said, basically Ani. And the woman came up, and I, with very broken Korean, was able to ask if that actually meant don't go on the trail. She's like, no, you need to go. She's like, go forth and hike. That is where you want to be. So I think the Ani is probably like, don't smoke cigarettes or don't dump your trash or something like that. But yes, look at these trails. So I just came from Sangsojang Shrine. That was 0.45 kilometers. If I go up the hill, I go to Gumobong Peak, 4.25 kilometers. That's really what I was hoping to do. And going down, I don't see a sign that tells me where that goes, but I do know that there was an option to go down. But I basically am hoping to get to the top of that peak and then turn around and come right back. So this thing right here, this metal thing with this giant arm up and this passageway, this, people, is where I must remember to turn right. Turn right. So I find my taxi. Okie doke. I'm going to stop videotaping stuff and enjoy this beautiful forest. It's wonderful here. And it's shady, and it's cool, and it's breezy, and it's lovely, and it's warm at the same time, and it's just fabulous. I recommend it if you get a chance to come to Gyeongju. I recommend coming to Sangsojang Shrine. Just catch a really inexpensive taxi, arrange for them to come back and get you in however many hours, and then have a blast up here. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay. And for a Saturday, compared to being down in Touristville, there were I took a video yesterday and I talked about the importance of choosing your day. I intentionally chose to do the city yesterday, which was a Friday. And this morning, there was easily about 4 times as many people in the streets, which is why I decided to come here to the mountain on a Saturday. So when there's more tourism, I'm up here because, frankly, South Koreans just don't seem to hike very much. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye.